Hello, Accelerated Math 6-7 students. We are starting video 16. So I'm turning to my table of contents. And the name of our video for video 16 is Percent and Rates per 100. And you find that on page 37 of my comp book. And so here we are. So percent and rates per 100. So basically, boys and girls, today we're going to be doing a little exposure and a little adventure in talking about percents. Our goal today, we are going to learn about percents and their relationships. The question that I want you to be thinking about during today's lesson is, what does the word percent mean? Any ideas? Percent. Talking about money. Our money system has 100 of something in it. 100 pennies makes $1 per. Interesting. Okay, hopefully by the end of the lesson you'll be able to answer that. So percents are a way to represent part of a group. The group will always be 100 things, always. So whenever you're working with percents, the group or the whole thing that you're working out of has 100 things in it. The part will be the amount out of the 100 things. The part will be the amount out of 100 things. So let's take a look at this one. If there are 100 children, 67 of the children are boys and 33 of them are girls. So there was 100 children, 67 of the children are boys and 33 of them are girls. What part of the children are boys? So you're taking a look at it. Let's say that your whole group of kids is 100, so that's all of the children. And then we want to know how many of them are just the boys. So what number represents boys? 67. Good. Then what part of the children are girls? So we're going to do another one. There's 100 children. All children makes up 100. The part that makes up the girls is 33. Okay. Notice when you take 67 and 33 and add them together, what number do you get? 100. Okay. So something that you need to know about when you have two different groups like this, boys and girls, those two groups, if there's only two of them, so there's boys and girls, those two groups must give a total of 100. If you're dealing with percents, the two parts must equal 100. So we're taking the boys plus the girls gives us all children. And you know that there are 100 children, so 67 plus 33 has to equal 100 children. Okay? So we know 67 are boys, 33 are girls. What is the whole? Again, the whole that we know of is all the children, so that would be 100. And then you write a ratio of each. Okay, so we're going to write the number of boys to the whole. So the number of boys to the whole, so that would be the ratio for this one. So boys to all children. And then write a ratio of the number of girls to whole. And that would be 33 out of 100. And now, boys and girls, what you just did is you just wrote a percent. So all we have to do is change this into percent form. So 67 out of 100 means that you have 67% are boys and 33% are girls. And now you've just written a percent. Okay? So I want to try a couple more. They're not in your book, but I want you to try a couple more with me if you want to write them in your book. Great. What if I tell you that the whole, obviously, is 100? Okay, and what if I tell you that there are apples? So we're going to do fruit. Apples and oranges. Okay, and grapes. Okay, and I'm going to say that there are 25 apples, that there are 75 oranges, and there are 0 grapes. Okay? So let's look at it, and I want you to tell me what the percent would be. So you obviously have to change this into a ratio of apples to whole, right? So apples to whole would be 25 to 100. Oranges to whole would be 75 to 100. And grapes to whole would be 0 to 100. Why does grapes have to be 0? Anybody remember? Okay. What you have to remember is that whatever your total are, what's going to happen to them? They're all going to be added up. And what do all of them added together have to equal? That is correct. All of these together right here have to equal 100. So 25 plus 75 plus 0 does equal 100. So now let's turn them into percents. So what percent of the fruit are apples? That is correct, 25%. What percent of the group are oranges? That is right, 75%. What percent of the fruit are grapes? That is correct, 0%. Okay? Boys and girls, do you understand what we're doing? All right, there's going to be one more. This time the whole is 100. And let's say that we have trucks, okay, cars, and buses. Okay, and we're going to say that there are 27 trucks, there are 13 cars, and there are 60 buses. Okay, everybody got that? All right, so now let's write it in ratio, and the ratio is going to be trucks to vehicles. So we have trucks to vehicles, cars to vehicles, and buses to vehicles, because all of these are vehicles. The ratio that you have, you need to write that for each one, and then I would like you to do the percent next to it. So your job for tomorrow with checking is I would like the ratio here, and then I would like you to write the percent here, and you should have those converted for me. Okay? So let's go back to our question of our lesson for today. What does the word percent mean? We'll look at each one of these examples. Everything per what? Per what? Per what? Per what? Per what? Per what? Okay? So percent means per what number? Okay? What do you notice on every single one of our ratios when you're dealing with percents? Okay? What do you notice? Okay? And hopefully you're able to see all of those and figure out what percent means. Okay? Did you learn about percents? Did you learn how to find them? I hope you did. All right, that's it, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!